Yes sir, it's man alone in a boat again. I'm back out on the Eversley Lake, Russell power boats. Lee's going to be running some big, giant, probably 300 horsepower animal machines up and down testing. I think he's going to be doing way back there, so won't interfere with me having to go fishing. But I'm going to make this a bit of a different one because I'm going to be trying to be catching, hopefully, a pike. I mentioned that word specifically, a pike on a fly rod. Just having a sandwich. I'm in the corner of the lake, everybody's rushes, all this area. I'm off for wind, but the weather's looking pretty grim. They're forecasting thunderstorms. A few birds working in there. I've got the old wrist stall on because I've got to be fly fishing. Now when it's slick like this, as you can see here, if it's all slick, it's okay. I can just fly fish away. I've got the electric motor guide thruster, 36 pounds of pressure here, 12 volt, you can see it, for moving the boat. How quietly is this? I can sneak up on fish. I've got that, but when it's like this, it's lovely. I can fly fish and just drift this area. I'm always interested where these birds are working like this. Some are black-headed gulls, some are terns. So I'm just going to keep moving forward, sneaking forward. Most of the bank there, as you can see, is totally overgrown. And I'm going to be throwing the fly out. I'll show you in a second when I get up here what I'm going to be using. Very, very impressed with these little electric outboard motors like this. This is just an Orkney, I think it's 315, I don't know what it's at, 3.15 metres. It's about, what's that, 10 feet, something like that. I've got the wind coming into my face up there, so I've got to put, depending which side I go on the boat, I want to be casting, so any wind with fly fishing, you want, if you're a right-handed caster, you want it on the left side, so it pushes the fly line away from your face, because these are big flies. I'll show you in a second. I'm probably going to shut the barb down a bit on one because I don't need it in the back of the head. Right, I'm going to let this cruise around like and settle itself here while I show you what I'm using. This is what I'm using first. Sandwich. Once I get started, I won't want to stop to eat. I'm going to be using here, it's called a Martech of England. It's my bone fishing rod, just a fly rod, probably 9 feet, 9 feet 6. Probably tells me I can't read it. Really old reel there. It says on the back there, AHW7S. I know that would probably be a 7 sinker. So I'm going to try this one first, and the fly is here. It's not a fly you would normally see trout fishing. It is in fact a tarpon fly, because I've done quite a bit of tarpon fishing on the fly rod, bone fishing on the fly rod, even chasing permit. So these are some of my tarpon flies. It's got a beaded eye to it, as you can see there. Just a beaded eye fly. I'm going to shut that barb down a bit. I've got it on a leader of single wire. It's a single strand and it's got a haywire twist. Then I've got a section of 50-pound mono to join to it, and obviously the fly line. But if it is a disaster, worry not folks, because I have got the most ultralight rod ever, $4.99 from Kmart years ago when Mike was about 8, so it's 25 years old. I don't even know what reel it is, somebody tell me. Stern drag. It's got braid on it. I think I put 50-pound sidewinder braid on there, and I've got my lure box. So if the fly rod is not successful, if I cannot catch one on a fly rod, I've got my regular lure rod. Had a load of rain, a lot of rain come up, but it's not coloured, I don't think. A little bare tinge of it, but I'm going to give it a go. Let's see if I can put into a fish. This is a shooting head, guys, so only a short section of this is actually weighted sinking fly line. The rest is back in here, which is like a braided or Dacron backing. And I'm just going to be stripping and see if anything comes after it. There's the jet ski going up there. Now the other thing I've got to do is clear, when you're fly fishing, the floor, because there's for every likelihood I'm going to snag something with the fly line. So I'm just going to strip in like this. Till I see the fly, and even then, yeah, you might be able to see the fly there. Bit of weed there. Don't want weed on the hook there, that's a fly. Actually, I'm going to shut that barb. Thing is with a fly rod, if you don't, you know, there, that's it, I've bent it across now, so there's still a tiny barb there. Let's have a throw out that way. Oh yeah, I can throw this quite a long way. Right, I'm going to click off. Very often when fly fishing a pike, my leader might be a bit too short, but we'll try it. I've got to try the fly fishing while the wind is down. And what I've done is I've brought an anchor with me. You can see with the blue line on it down there, just down there. And that's in case the wind gets up. I can't fly fish because I need both hands and operate this at the same time. It's just not going to happen. That's better. Just giving it a minute to sink, not even a minute, 5 seconds. One pike we're looking for, people. I might actually go and try over by the edge of the trees over there. Maybe my fly's not big enough. And maybe my leader is too close to the fly line. In which case I'll have to alter it and extend it. Just trolling the fly while I work my way over there. I'm gonna have to take this off because I can't fish with that big jacket. I've got the reel, it's like I'm trolling for marlin. I've got the fly dragging in the water. And I've got it jammed between the rowlocks there. There's nothing worse than having your rod caught between the rowlocks. A peaceful, serene setting, soon to be disturbed by thunder and heavy rain, so they say. Let's hope they're wrong. I'm fancying it around about here more. Well, the wrist is giving out with this double hauling with a shooting head. No takes yet. Big black cloud over there. Nothing on the pike. Gonna have one more go up in that bay over in there, and then I'm going to try a lure just in case it's not the fly, they're just not on. That's the way it is. Basically what I'm saying is, go on to catch something. What a good job. Hopefully I bought that little ultralight lure rod. Let's get up in the bay and see what we can do up there. Big fish, guys. Big fish hit me. I've got the camera in my mouth. Wow. One eye, he's got one eye. Okay, I've got to get the line on. I've got the camera in my mouth, people. He's not the most enthusiastic, but it's a pike on a fly. Right, I've got the net extended because the fly rod is softer, so I can't pull back too far this way because it's going to snap. Come on, babe. That's a big fish for a fly rod. Oh. What a jump. He's woken up. Here he comes. Wackadoo. That's a double-handed lift for us. One eye or not. Oh, look at that. He's got some weird growth on his eye there. There's a hook. Get him on his best side. One of the guys says, get one on the fly, and I've got one on the fly. Let's get it back. Go on. I'll tell you what, I was a bit sceptical about getting one. I have to say, he seemed very, very dead, but it's worth a move down that bay. And I had another bang as well, which I didn't hook up on. I think it's worth another throw. Brilliant. Now here's what they get on them, guys, leeches. You can see him, he's actually stuck on the boat there. A disgusting leech. I'm turning the boat, and then I'm going to go in towards this little bay a bit, just over in there, trying to film, steer and fish at the same time. But when I go in, I don't want, if I want to cast that way, I don't want all this clobber in front of me, I don't want all this here. So I've got to go up and set it to the right. So I'll come around in an arc, I think, and set it to the right so I'm clear for casting. Now I'm going to turn the bow and get myself sideways to where I actually physically want to cast. Don't do a lot of force casting, about 3, and then I'll let it go. And the weight of that fly line will pull all this lighter line here, the braid, through the rings better. Wow, it's quite a soft take, that one. Trouble is, I've got to now remember what my retrieve was. There could be more than one pike. I'm going to have to take my jacket off in a minute. Get too hot. And fire. One more, and then I'm going to go on my ultralight lure rod, because my wrist here is just constantly on the go with this stripping like this. It is quite physical fly fishing, it's a non-stop. You can see the fly maybe just down there if I bring it up near the surface. Sort of bunny hop, it's got a bit of sparkle about it. It looks good to me, folks. Well, I could run the whole memory card out trying to get a take for you on camera, so I am actually going to click this off and wait till I, or if I do indeed get another take. Something to see one come up by the boat. On again, guys. On again. Just in that bay. No idea how big the fish is. I'll take him any size. Come on, let's have a look at you. Well, that's not a 3 pound, I don't think. It's spinning the boat at the moment. Oh, he's all right, yeah. He's all right, they're all right. There's no rim control on this reel, unfortunately, so it's what we call a knuckle wrapper. Oh, he's ran out of the boat. Looks like a jumper. Just got to wash the prop at the back of the boat. Oh, you could spit it. Right, let's net him. Oh, it's just hanging there, that hook. That's not far short off double figures, people. I'm going to say you could call him around 10. Wow, nice fish. Nice fish. I'd say he's very, very close to 10, that one. Let's see which side the hook is. There's the hook. Oh, what? What? Oh, it fell off. It absolutely fell off. So there we go, one fly, one pike, one fly rod. Oh, 1 point proven. Let's get him back. Put him on this side. It's my superstition bit coming out then, you see. Put him back there so I might get another one. Oh, gone. Well, I think that's a success. 2 on a fly rod of that size. Well impressed, but my wrist isn't. I'll give it a little bit longer on the fly rod to see how long I can last. You see the rain's coming, it's dimpling. It's coming out that big cloud that way. I'm going to get a bit of it, but it's a little bit lighter at the back. All I bought is one umbrella. Sensible. Captain Sensible. Well, it's gone quiet. Just those 2. No other pulls. I've moved around a bit. A couple of other tips, guys. Beware, don't stand on your fly line. That is going to get tangled up in the fly line. So even that flat just put there out of the way. Look, the anchor and bits of rope, slide them down out the way, because you want a clear area here, you know, for your fly line to lay. Even this, look, little bits of weed are going to pick up and then jam in the rod rings, and you won't get a cast in. So I'm nearly done, my wrist is worn out, throwing this big shooting head. As you can see, if I wang a cast out there, you'll see this go. If I wang a cast out there, you'll see how quickly all this line actually shoots out. All gone. I'm going to do 3 more casts with the fly rod. If I don't get another pike, which I've got a feeling I probably won't now, then I'm going to just go to the ultralight. Oh, that's weed. I'm starting to pick up a weed. I've drifted off a bit. Sun's come out. I must admit, I thought I'd get more takes with the sun out. Let's pull that in. See if we got weed. They are. Just that little bit of weed there is enough to put the fish off. I'll give it about a 5-second countdown, starting it back. So it's nearly lunchtime. Oh, look at that. Having said that, pike just spoiled there. One more cast over that area where I saw that swirl. 1, 2, 25 yards. That's how easy it is with a shooting head. But guys, you've got to double haul and load the rod both ways, and it is hard work. I couldn't do this all day at my age now. I used to years ago on reservoirs for trout and stuff like that, but not anymore. If you don't fish like this, moving that fly all the time, or lure, you call it a fly, there's nothing hatched out that colour and size, I don't think, in the UK. If you don't keep moving, the pike aren't going to take it. So it's a last cast, and now I'm going to try one for luck. Let's just get the angle a bit better. Yeah, weed. I'm getting quite a bit of weed. And that's really the reason that I've decided one more session here before the weed starts coming up. If the weed grows up, then I can't go down to where the fish are. Wow, lucky so far today. Look at it. Big clouds, monstrous clouds, all going slightly north of me, which is nice. That one might have my name on it, unfortunately. A lot of energy in the clouds up there today. And of course the other reason, if I'm spinning, I can put the umbrella up and actually spin at the same time. I need to drink something, my throat's going so dry. Last cast. And go. Beautiful. That deserves a fish, that one. Ooh, I must have gone straight into a weed bed. That doesn't count for a cast. That's my last cast, guys. Then I'll let that sink, and I'm going to rig up this one. That'll be a lot easier on my wrist as well. So, going to be using this sort of, can you see this, sort of pearlescent with a baffle tail on it. Dark, I'm going to try dark. I normally have a nice bright one, but he's got that wiggly tail, a natural colour, and we just give it a go. If it don't do any good, I'm hoping I've got another one of those white ones. Got a fish hooked up, I don't know what it is. Massive explosion. What the hell? just took me on the drop. What is that? Check drag, go check drag. Holy cow, I can't do anything with it. Oh my God. I gotta get away from the snags. Oh, I'm under the boat now. Oh no. Gee whiz. Christ, am I in a mess. It's just racing round and round in circles. Is that a carp? I'm in reverse, people. Well, I'm pounding, the heart's pounding, people. My God, it's only a grass carp, he's took the lure. Oh my God. Big grass carp. God, I don't know what gear I'm in. Oh, what? He's taken that on the drop. Oh God. I've got to watch this in and out, I've got to watch the propellers. Wow, this is a lump. Oh my God. Gee, I don't want him in the props. It's like a tarpon. He's wrapped up. How the hell am I getting that in here? Oh no, he's hooked in the peck. Oh my God, look, just on the drop. I cannot believe that. Wow, he wasn't going to fall off. That is ridiculous. God, the hands are shaking now. Right in the root of the... I got it. What? On a 499 rod. Look at this one. I'm going to call that... Oh, still shaking. It's got to be close to 30, I'd say. See if I can get a picture of it for you guys. That's ridiculous. And the next thing I know, bang! I've got about 2 turns on the reel. Oh my God. I can't even get him out now. I've got him in, I can't get him out. Look guys, you've got to take this off. Oh, I can't pick anything up with this dodgy wrist. Ow. Check that out. Gordon the grass cart comes to town. Crikey O'Reilly. I can barely hold on, I'm going to get straight back. Check this one out. Oh. 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 Bloody hell. I purposely use a natural colour, thinking the pike would like that better. It's a more natural colour lure. He's obviously swirled around it. I felt a tug and that's it. I've got the rope now. There you go guys. Hard to believe. Oh, I think that's time for a sandwich and a celebration. That could be a Miller tonight. That could be a sandwich and a celebration, boys. And it's definitely, it could be down the pub for a pint tonight. Well, that was an event and a half, wasn't it? I'm going to go back, I think, in that corner because it's getting rained on now. It's not heavy, but I'm looking at the ripples thinking, should I go down there where the ripples aren't, try piking down there. So I'm right out of the wind in there. I'm on the wind down here. Where to go, what to do? I think I'll just stay drifting like this. It might blow through and just try with the lure, and let the ripple will take me down there, and then I'll go back up in the quiet spot. Yeah, I'm probably going to get quite a bit of weed on this because it sinks quite fast. Now, the last time I was fishing here with Mike, we got some takes on what I call a steady retrieve rather than sort of jerking around. No weed that time. Trouble is, I put this on for the light. Sunny conditions just now. As you can see, it's gone horrible and dark and windy on me now. I wonder if I just go back to a light lure. Right, I'll get back to you if I get a hook up, people. Weather had to change, of course, they did forecast that. I think I'm going to change that lure. Guys, I'm hooked up, just trolling the lure over to see what this bit of rubbish is in the water. So I've got a fish hooked up on a spinner. They say, oh yes, just rest that wrist, Graeme. Just rest the wrist. Okay. He's a nice one. God, he's nearly in the boat. Oh God. Oh, I broke my net. That's back to grass to tackle up for another net frame. This is a double figure fish, guys. That is a beaut. Oh yeah. That is my biggest pike, I think, from this venue. Got him out. What a session that is. Big belly, it's the biggest belly I've got. I wonder what they're eating. I've been thinking they're eating crayfish, to be honest. Real good looking fish. Nicely proportioned. I don't want another one coming up and nipping me. There we go. So mysterious depths, you never know what's down there. Well, I'll tell you what, pretty glad I didn't get that one on a fly rod. It's bad enough on this little mini spin rod. I'll tell you, that's some lure. And now, of course, that's some net. So I'm going over there to investigate some, I hesitate to use the word brown object in the water, because knowing the waterways in the UK, it could be anything brown in the water. But it's just something over there. I'm not sure what it is, so let's go and check it out anyway. That's what I was doing, and I just put the boat in gear, just going along, wallop. So what I'm doing is, yes, I got the, that was weed. I'm just trying to get over to see what that is floating, in case there's something on the last fish or two that's come out of my boat. I'm getting a lot of weed there. He must have been around the edge of that weed bed. That's all I'm doing, is just trolling like this. And now I've got a stack of weed on there, but I can't be. What is that in the water? I'm coming over because it looks awfully like my shark float. So I'm trolling along like this. Next thing I know, wallop. I don't know what that is, to be honest. Right, it's reeling. What is that thing? It looks like a dead teddy bear to me. Oh, I'm going to get it out. It's not a dead teddy bear, actually. It's a dead plastic bottle that's been in there and just drifted out in the wind. So it's got to come out, plastic. We don't need any more plastic in the water. I don't think it's somebody's marker float now. That's it, take the letter home. Well, I'm fancying back there again, people. I'll give it another hour, I think. All the time this rain isn't getting me, I might as well have a fish. The thing is, lures like this have got a weight in the head, and I want to fish. I always want to say with pike, if you've got this depth of water, 2/3 of the way down, I'm just happy with that. But what happens is, as the weed comes up, I've got to start the lure earlier and earlier in the water column, so that I don't keep getting weed on the lure. Same for the fly, but the fly won't go down as much as this one does. So I want to be down in the sort of what they call the kill zone, but I don't want to keep snagging weed all the time. So every time I come back with a piece of weed on it, it's sending them a message when the tail of the lure is not working. It's just white going along like this. Zzz. They know that's not real, that's not movement, and they leave it. So they're sort of wised up, as it were. Even now, look, I've got a tiny bit of weed on the lure there, which I just don't need. So I figure you could, I suppose, go, let's get this out there. Well, I've got a fish. Can't just talk and do nothing. Talk and fish at the same time. I'll probably tap dance as well with a boat like this. The thing is, you've got to keep working the lure at the right depth. Now, you get weed coming up in the summer right on the surface, and a lot of guys use those weedless lures, you know, like frogs and things like that, but they got those double hooks. And I see them get the strikes. I've fished alongside them. They do not convert. I'm sorry, they just don't convert. You get the takes, but you don't convert, because obviously it's weedless. The hook is just inside, you know, the rubber of the body of the frog or whatever creature bait it happens to be. You'll get weed all the time now. So I'm not a lover of weedless lures like that, because I see a lot of strikes that are wasted because they do not convert to a hookup. Bang, like this. No, I can't tell you a 2 to 1, 3 to 1. I know when I fish with people, and my own experience is, you lose a lot on those weedless lures. Some of them are expensive too. I mean, the benefit is you can throw them almost anywhere, and you will get takes in areas that you couldn't possibly throw this lure with this single hook on. A very pleasant afternoon fishing. I'm just this side of the wind, coming off these trees, sheltered, and I'm in a spot I fished before although it's nothing like it was when I came with Mike. It was absolutely epic. So something's changed, the bait fish have moved, or the pike have moved, whatever. But 2 on a fly rod, nice one. It's got to go doubles on the lure, well pleased with that. And of course, it's not over yet. I'm still fancying this bait. So you can fish with this, it's much easier. My wrist is, I'm just turning the reel handle. The rod's unbelievably light as well. 1/4 ounce test curve, I think it is. It's a double hauling with a fly rod is hard work. So nothing up in that slick area, which she is. That way where I've been catching. Gone dead now, so I'm going to go on the wind, let the wind take me down the lake. So I'm about 30 yards off the bank here. I'm going to go along the edge of the bank because the water does have a tinge of colour in it from all the flooding and all the rain we had yesterday. I'm figuring that's what sort of shut them down a bit. I know I've caught, but the colour's just not quite clear as it was before when I'm here. So I figure where it's shallower, I've got more chance of getting in the depth where the fish are. Also, slick, smooth water, they say, reflects the light more than penetrates. Whereas if you go here in the ripple, there's more refraction. It bounces down through the water, so it might light my lure up and I might get a take down there, like a traditional place would be from here, where these overhangs and bushes have fallen in the water, past those white buoys, down that way, past the rushes. There's another overhang there's growing out in the water. I think try drift there and then using the electric motor, just tweak in and out a little bit. That way I can fish and I'm covering water. Yes, the old man's not so stupid after all, is he? You can't beat a golfing umbrella. I can't use my fishing umbrella because I'll put a hole in the boat with the spike. So I've come right back up here, look, right tight in the corner under the wind, and I'm sitting here, not quite getting wet, but damp, as it's about to dump that lot up there on me. I've got my camera underneath as best I can. A half-eaten sandwich, so I'm going to finish that. It might be game over for me, people, but I've had a good session, definitely a good little session. The trouble is I want to fish as well, and I can't. I have to think of a way of mounting a golfing umbrella like this somehow, so that I can keep my hands free and I could cast at the same time. I feel there's more to come. Here he comes. And listen, they did forecast it. They did. I've been very lucky. It's 2 hours late coming, so I probably wouldn't have caught those fish if it had come earlier. I've come right down the bottom end of the other lake, of the same lake, take two, and I've got another small pike on at about 3 takes. And it is the smallest pike of the day, but listen, it's a pike. Had about 3 hits, casting in different places, and he's chomped that lure well and truly. Right, let's get him in. gone. Yeehaw. I have to say, folks, that was a bonus because I had about 3 hits in this bay. Big storm line up here. I'm hoping I'm going to miss it, but I thought I'll come down the end of the lake and see if they're all down this end. It's been bizarre, there's not much action up the other end. Although the ones I've caught have been good fish. But with pike fishing, they could be anywhere. I did see one roach jump out down the other end, that's tangled. See that? That's what these lures do sometimes. Double back themselves and the tail goes around the bend. Doesn't work, no bites. I feel a fish. Well, at least the rain stopped. Might be worth a try. What a setting, look at the back up that lake all the way down there. I'll call this one the drag strip lake, guys, because they zoom up and down here at 70-80 miles an hour. I'm going to have to just watch this one. It could actually have my name on it. Yes, a few dimples on the surface. I'm on again. Small one this time. A small jumper. Oh, I love it, me. He doesn't. That was right in there by those bush edges. And the wind's just picking up, it's pushed me right in there. Wowee, what a jumper this one is. Got him. That's a lure. Doing the damage. Oh, there's another pike. Set that leech off him. Do him a favour. 2 leeches. Go on. Yeah, I'm going to have to watch this big time storm coming. Oh my god. What do I do? I want to fish as well. A couple more casts. The old saying, discretion a better part of valour. Am I going to make that? There's a jetty up here, or there's one further down. Hopefully I can make the main one where the trailer is. Come on, come on. More power. 5, has he? Has he got any more numbers than 5? So they got to 14 or something. I'll go on the inside to keep off the wind. Could get an exclusive picture of a tornado or something. I'm running back at full speed, but I've still sneaked a lure out. I've got to get just up and there to the right. That's a shame because there was a little honey pot down there. But I'm going to switch off, guys, the rain's coming. I can barely